preemptively counterpick a hero that NaVi could have liked to have here. Because OD obviously good against Bristol. So I think NaVi wants something that gets a silver edge also to deal with that Bristol later on. They're going for the Dragon Knight for that. That's fine. I like that.
Yeah, getting a nice point stun. That'll be a bat support, that means.
Yeah.
And it's just, you got so much beef, but not tons of answers to the Phantom Lancer. So I still would say I lean NaVi here, but if the game goes late enough, the Bristle, the PL, they just become unkillable.
Right.
And it's just, it becomes easy for Alliance. But again, it's the new Lifestealer. It's not countered like it was in the past. It's going Midas Radiance. That crushes PL.
Sheever.
NaVi.
You like NaVi to get back in this one?
Yeah, let's go game 3.
Yeah.
Same for you?
NaVi, baby.
All the stuff you guys told me about this whole lackadaisical attitude, you sold me that Alliance is going to come through and get this clean sweep. So that's my pick. But games have to be played. So let's go over to our casters and find out what happens in game 2.
Thank you very much, Rob. Yes, game 2, about to kick off between NaVi and Alliance. We're seeing the 2 drafts where we're getting that Lifestealer coming through once again. And as sort of mentioned, you know, Lifestealer PL, but Lifestealer nowadays, he can be pretty damn good against the PL with his Radiance build.
Yeah. And even if he wants to change his build later on, hypothetically, you could go Cleave or you could go Mjolnir.
Yeah, Mjolnir,
it's a good option.
Absolutely.
It's not really good against PL, but between like Radiance and Mjolnir on top of each other, it would be a really good PL solution.
Yeah. I mean, if he gets there, and we'll see how what sort of a start he can get. We'd expect that he'll probably do okay because Lifestealer in the laning stage, there's not really too many things that can slow a Lifestealer on early on in the game, is there?
Yeah, I think there's very few cases where like Lifestealer would lose laning stage, and it's almost always like a CK plus one other really strong hero, like CK Coddles I've seen beat Lifestealer in lane. But other than that, almost everything else is just kind of just trades farm. So
yeah, and interesting openings from both of the teams. You know, Enchantress on one side, Chen on the other.
Yeah, I forgot that was the same draft actually.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
That feels like so long ago. But big fan of watching the 2 heroes play right now. We will see how they end up matching up in lane. I do like Enchants or Sir Chen's to get more Holy Persuasion. You don't have to max it necessarily, but to get a couple is good, I think. Because you can put split push lanes and things like that while still kind of doing the other things that you want to do with your hero. Also is a great aura carrier and builder. That way your other cores don't have to build it. But we'll see what they do.
Let's see. I mean, last game, for the most part, was a very close brawl between the 2 teams. Alliance just able to come out on top with that final push, and of course, no keeper of the light this game for Insania. So they'll have to look to something else to sort of win them the team fights in the same sense that Insania was with that Kotl the first time round. So we'll see the setups by the runes. NaVi in position to fight if Alliance do try and go for that top one. And indeed, as soon as the Bat and CK show themselves, Alliance will get themselves right out of there. Bottom lane as well. NaVi will give the space for Alliance to claim both of those. But talking more about the PL, I mean, we saw PL, I think maybe even just the once before this event, didn't look too good. It seems to be a carry that a lot of people have just strayed away from. I mean, what sort of reasons are there for that, do you think?
I just think there's better carries right now is part of it. It takes a while to become relevant. You need like Diffusal Blade, then you need to buy an item afterwards. Whereas other carries can get online a little bit earlier, and they're just safer in lane, kind of.
Yeah.
Like PLs need to max out your passive first, so then you just don't really contribute to your lane. You kind of just like sit there and hit creeps. And the benefits of like late game PL don't really outweigh that as much as they used to, because the illusions take a lot more damage, which is maybe part of the reason it feels kind of iffy. But I think the illusions take like 100% or 150% more damage than they used to, even like a year and a half ago. Something like that. It's been pretty consistent nerfs.
Yeah, illusions have certainly gone downhill over the last few years. As we'll see what sort of overlane matchups we've got. We've got the DK versus Pugna in the middle lane. Should just expect a bit of a trade really between those two, I'd imagine, between the blasts and the brief fires pushing the lane back and forth. Iger getting chased down a little bit by Chu, but will be able to roll away, keep himself safe for now.
Oh, it's DK, so that's really cool. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, this is... Which is this the? It's not. This was the recent winter one, right? Wasn't it? I think.
No, it's pretty old. It's like less than a year old, but
okay.
I think some people didn't
is it
like
a rare
it, but
one?
they're dumbasses. No, it was part of like a chest. He's got this like giant ruby gem going through his chest, kind of.
Oh damn.
That's really sick.
Boxy Getting a lot of stacks on him, but at the same time, Quill Sprays will begin to stack up onto Chu. He wants to poke a Boxy, but at the same time, he kind of can't because of these Quill Sprays. As Chu's going to be the one to fall, and now Crystallize, he's got to be careful how he pokes about it as well, as he's got to back off. First blood being drawn down here on the bottom lane by Tiger. At the same time, Snako does get the kill onto Insania. Up towards the top, but Alliance are the ones to strike first.
I wonder where the Radiant Courier got killed. Oh, we'll find out.
Maybe, as this is the other kill that happened at the same time. Up top, just diving under the tower with the Centaur, getting themselves on top of Insania. Nice little micro there from Snako.
It looks like the courier was probably killed by Quakeba, if I had to guess, based on where it was during that on the map.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like sometimes we do see some DKs, sometimes forgetting when the courier's walking and when they're pushed up a little too far up the lane, it just gets a little too close to heroes, especially heroes with good range like a Pugner.
It's easy to make a mistake.
Yeah. It does happen time to time. As Boxy, this time we'll actually have to TP out of this bottom lane as the persistent aggression from Chu a little too much. Looking at the CS though, again, this time Alliance, 3 cores at the top. They're having a great start to the lanes.
1K advantage at the 3-minute mark is huge.
And it really shows just they're struggling with the CS now in all 3 lanes.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's early days.
I'm kind of curious how the Chen Enchant matchup has been going, but we haven't been able to take a look top yet. We may never. But it looks like they're probably just fighting over creeps. I did see that Chen had the first skill Penitence over the second, which is a little interesting. We'll never know.
Boxy. It's going to be there to at least get the aggro of these creeps. Have some easy farm as well with his Quill Sprays. At the same time, Chu's trying to just get those napalm stacked up on him. It's a tough target for the Dry to go for. They're going to attempt to them. Maybe with the Firefly actually in the 5 stacks. Boxy's going to get a lot of Quill Sprays out as he gets low. He's going to pop the stick charges, and he's going to be fine, I think. One more will kill Chu, and he does. Boxy survives. Tiger turning up just in time. As we can see just how much of a frustrating kill this is for NaVi to try and go for. Chu, every time he sees sort of like the 5 stacks, the 6 stacks, he's like, well, I got to go for this kill. But he just takes so much damage in the process.
It's really fun to watch, too, because Batrider functions the same way. It's like, well, it's only going to get better for me if I just keep going. Yeah. So neither person is going to want to back down once they commit, you know? It's really fun to watch.
And if anything, it's harder for the bat to back down after a certain point, because if he does, you know that the Quill Sprays are going to still hit you for a good couple of times whilst you move away from the bristle.
Current loot.bet numbers are looking very good for Alliance. Don't forget, code Valentine if you want to sign up.
Check it out, links below the stream. Enchantress down, Alliance. Now looking towards Blizzy, and now with the angle that Tiger's going to find, he's going to land the stun. Blizzy will turn with the stun himself, trying to hold them back. He's got the stick charges, but the Spirit Lance is there as they'll chase down, kill off the CK. Alliance getting some good kills from these rotations, and Tiger already moving up and down the map very nicely. 2-0-2 has been involved in every bit of action so far for Alliance on this Earth Spirit. It's now farm for Crystallize and Magical is starting to catch back up. In fact, on the offlane too. We are starting to see the numbers settle off a little bit more. This time, Blizzy will be able to kill off Tiger.
There's a few rare time where Tiger's been punished so far this game.
Yeah, he's pretty much got away with all the movements before, but
seems like he's just had a super good game, basically. Just constantly been owning in team fights.
Now, I guess it's good because there's just so many heroes that you can work with, you know, sort of going down, helping the Bristle dive, chase people. And as we saw earlier, just saving the Bristle, coming in at that last crucial moment.
Blizzy going for phase boots this game on CK. I know we've seen a little mix of both boots, but I actually am warming up to the phase boots idea this game. Ooh, great gank mid.
Oh, look who it is again, Tiger. He's just constantly making the action happen for Alliance. He may have just died, but straight back on the map and straight back into a position where Quakefa's going to be very, very happy.
Yeah, Chen showing up too. Help with a little bit slow. It's a good way to kill the hero because he's got all this armor and regen, so it's normally really difficult to kill him with physical, but just by slowing him like that, you keep him out of range.
I'm going to try for another attempt on Blizzy here. Blizzy will turn with the stun. Being slowed down, Enchantress coming over to try and help Blizzy, and Blizzy will be able to get away this time. I think, as you mentioned, like in the phase boots, that extra bit of armor certainly helping out with that phase boots pickup.
Freaking Tiger's everywhere, man. It's like we just saw him in a gank, and all of a sudden he's just rolling top. It's just been all over the place. Magical trying to slow things down. But hey, you can only do so much. Now see that red gem that's sticking out of the Dragon Knight?
Oh, wait, what is that?
That's the giant gem thing that's through his
Oh,
body.
it's like just through his body.
You ever played the game Diablo 1?
I only played Diablo 3. I'm afraid I'm a
How
scrub.
old are you?
Not very.
So there's this part where you take the stone and he shoves it in his forehead and becomes evil. It's just like that.
I mean, why does he shove a stone in his head?
Just go play the game. The point is, you jam in a gem in your body, and it infects
spoiled the story. Now I know that. I know where the stone's going to go.
You're right, actually. Yeah.
Is that like the final
Never
scene?
go back. Yes,
that's the twist.
It's literally the last.
The whole game, you're trying to find this stone, and then at the end, the hero just shoves it through his cranium.
Yep, I spoiled 1998 for you, or something like that.
Is that when it came out?
Yeah, it was like the late 90s.
You were playing video games in 1998?
Yeah, I was like 12.
No,
11.
you weren't.
Yeah.
No, that would mean you're like 32.
31, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
What are you,
Makes sense.
16?
16. 26. No, 25. No.
You're not even that much younger than me. You were alive when Diablo 1 was out, dude.
I was 5 years old.
So? You could have played?
Dude, if this is a game where people are shoving stones through their heads, I don't think as a 5-year-old it would have been very appropriate.
The graphics were bad enough that it was hard to tell.
Yeah, but
you know what? There's a Dota sound voice line in it. Did you know that?
Oh, in Diablo?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the monster kill stuff, right? Oh, that's Quake.
Fresh meat.
Well, that's from Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo 1. It's from the first boss in Diablo 1. Is Pudge Ultimate
Oh,
Noise.
no, yeah, because in Diablo 3 there's a boss that looks like Pudge.
And it's called the Butcher.
Yes. He's in all of them, is he? He comes
Where
back.
do you think Pudge is from, technically? The Butcher? Butcher? Yeah, that's right.
Does the Butcher have a hook?
He has a cleaver.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it makes,
But he goes,
it makes sense.
fresh meat, when you open his door the first time, and you shit your pants in 1998 or whenever the game came out.
Well, you said it wasn't very believable graphic, but that's what I'm saying.
It was for
back
then.
in the day, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I was a 5-year-old in 1998 and I was playing Diablo,
It was a little dark. There's like dead bodies everywhere, and you go to hell and stuff. My mom didn't let me get Diablo 2. I don't know why. Oh, well.
did she find out about Diablo 1 or?
I mean, we just kind of played it.
Did she play?
No, God, no. No. We just asked, can we get this game? She's like, no. Diablo 2, no. You cannot buy things. Aw. It's too bad, man.
Did you get it anyway, Kev?
No.
No.
I'm a good boy.
Oh, very nice. Well, top lane, Blizzy. Boxy and Insane here trying to go for the chase down. He's going to put the Phantasm for this one. I don't know if he's going to really be able to turn, though. As maybe just gets with that second of invulnerability on the hope that he might be able to escape. He does get a bit of life still off with the crit. The quill spray stack up, and he's down. Boxy, see if he's going to continue to try and dive for this one. He's a level 7 Bristle with a bottle. He's ready to dive, ready to go. He's running these people down. Saneko, wow, dead.
Taiga is so good at Earth. It's actually insane.
Did he hit that? I was trying
Yes.
To, that did. It looked like it went slightly past him. That definitely
got
hit.
him.
That
Yeah, he
definitely
slowed
hit.
down.
I mean, that was a perfect angle. He's not done yet, Boxy.
Oh!
Oh!
I'll play.
Oh no.
That's right. You can just boulder smash him
No,
down.
that's true.
Would have been really
I didn't even know
funny
you
if
could stand there on the hands of that statue.
Yeah, there's 2 levels.
Yeah. Can you put a ward there? No. You wouldn't want to, would you?
Sure.
That'd
It
be
would
pretty
be
terrible.
bad, yes. But you might be able to. Unless your opponent has very limited ways to see high ground, and then they just don't see
just
your
see
ward.
that one-
They like put the sentry up there, but then they can't spot it because it's in that next level position. Next level garbage position.
There we go.
So-
Tower's being taken. Koi forgets space.
So it's kind of cool to do phase on CK though, just because like you already have high HP, so throwing on 6 armor is like crazy survivability, especially against things like Bristle.
Yeah.
And then it also increases the damage that you do with your crit, so you get more lifesteal back. It's cool. Do you think it's cool?
No, I think phase boots are great. I mean, what was it? +6 armor, yeah. That's a lot of armor for the
It
value.
will not help you against Pugnas.
Whoop. He will survive. He's got stick charges.
That's
We'll
some
be able to
damage. Watch out.
Indeed. Tiger picking up the toe. I wonder if will he use it for himself this game, or is he going to give it to Quaker again?
What, the tome?
Yeah, because he bought it last time, didn't he? Gave it to Quaker on the quad. Actually, they did win that game. Maybe that's the strat. But I think Tiger's going to maybe feel that he's having a great game. He's like, dude, I need the levels. I'm ready to
I'd
rock
maybe
and
give it to 10 actually.
roll. To Chen.
Yeah.
That would be Chen. Crystallize. Got to be a little careful here. There's a lot of quill spray stacking up.
I like what Boxy's doing this game. Playing Bristle, buying phase boots, running people down. It's cool.
Yeah, he's just turning up to lanes and sort of saying, get out of here. And they have to. They can't stand toe-to-toe with Boxy at all at the moment. I mean, this sort of game, is there anyone that really sort of can threaten the Bristleback? I mean, not really, right, until they have a Silver Edge. Especially with the start that the Bristles had.
It's going to take some time. I mean, they have lots of stuns, at least. Like CK stun, they've got Lasso, they've got Dragon Knight stun.
Tiger, he's in on the mid lane, onto Seneko, magnetized down, but there's backup. Seneco's got Chew by his side, jumps forward with the Firefly onto Tiger. And Tiger will not be able to play his way out of this one. NaVi claimed the Earth Spirit. Still 11 minutes in, it is a 3k lead for Alliance. NaVi needs some big kills. They're trying for Boxy top. Or can they? Maybe Blizzy finds him and he's one more hit on him. He's hunting. Is he gonna, the sound from Boxy is keeping him alive, and now with the Decrepify and Blizzy, Boxy's so low, the crit, they'll get it. They finally kill that pesky Bristle, but it cost them the life of Blizzy. Quaifa with the blast gets the kill. Seeing if he can chase down Magical. He is a speedy, dead skeleton boy. Not quite speedy enough to find the dragon. As Magical will be able to flap his way back towards the safety of his half of the map. Snako there as well.
It's gonna be close. That's smart the way he played it. If he just keeps running straight, then Pugna's gonna get a decrypt blast off eventually. But as soon as he starts hugging the tree and he tries to let his opponent get into melee range, then he could always just stun and run away. So he just had to play around a little bit and guarantees the potential turn. And now Mickey is just going to be hitting jungle, farming aggressively. I like where he's hitting this because this also allows Earth Spirit then to get creeps on the bottom of the map.
Mickey on track to get a decent time with the Diffusal Blade this game.
It's a good game for Diffusal.
Yeah.
Burn CK's mana, burn Lifestealer's mana.
Oh yeah. Even DK. DK's got a short mana pool, right?
It's a cool build, 2-1-2. I can't complain though. It's a lot more around the likes of what I think is good on the hero.
NaVi, they do have the three of them looking at that tier 1 tower top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Quaifa should be able to offer quite a bit of the defense though, dropping down the blast to keep the creeps down. And it's going to be pretty much putting a stop to any sort of action that NaVi were trying to get going top.
I mean, they do have to worry about Lifestealer Radiance, as the observer so duly points out. But they're also going to get better. Their goes are also stronger with time. And Radiance isn't that big of a deal for Bristleback. Like, Bristle should be able to beat Lifestealer, I think, in mid-game. Depending on what he buys, I guess. If he only has tanky items, maybe not, but... like hitting creeps without the hero selected. There we go.
We'll select this one.
There's something. Got a phase boots, got the wand. This is potential kill for sure.
Yeah, with the slows, as long as there's no sort of backup, they're scared. They don't want to go for it. They don't want to chase. I mean, it is just a support edge, so.
It was a little hard because Enchant slow was so strong. He couldn't get on top of her. The Penitence would have given Bristle enough attack speed, I'm sure, to score the kill, but just a little too hard. Numbers updating a little bit here.
Getting a little less value for Alliance, as it does look like they are in the better place in this game too.
Winning game 2, or after winning game 1.
Yeah,
good spot.
You can check the links underneath the stream. Let's crystallize. Knows that he can farm here pretty safely, not really any sort of instant threat from Tiger, at least on his own. He's got a Chen by his side, but neither of these are going to kill a Lifestealer anytime soon. This Crystallize will continue to farm away his Radiance. The Diffusal Blade there for Mickey. See if they do start to get a little more active now with the PL having this first major item.
It's kind of reminiscent of last game too. They just kind of look at each other and keep farming.
Right around the rune spot here.
Get it.
They're gonna get Tiger.
He did get dead.
Oh, is the TP out quick enough? Oh no, it's not. The quick play with the Infest to get that extra burst damage before he's out.
Where did he jump into? Was that like a skeleton or something?
I think it must have been, right? Because the troll crew was standing next to him. I think he'd summoned. Yeah, it was one of the little skeletons. They went in and out. Oh, which I guess, yeah, Snako did, as he's the one controlling.
Oh, he just teleported Quakefoot. Quakefoot's dead. Maybe?
Ooh, with the life drain. He's trying. He's trying to keep himself alive with the suck, but it won't work. He's dead.
Was he ready? Doesn't seem like he was ready. I was like, why is... where did Pugna come from? I was so confused.
Maybe he wasn't looking at the map. I don't know. He just found himself down there in the midst of them.
He decrept himself way too low. They were way too slowly. Well...
oh, Magicals gets us, but this is going to be Shadow Blade done on the DK.
I mean, that's a good way to feed your Pugna's 2-0-2. He actually had a Dagon as well. He was actually super farmed. I just don't think he was ready.
He could have killed
something. Probably? Yeah. I don't know.
Bit of hesitation there from Quaifa. Popping him out of the game and
out of the womb into the fire. And guess what? It's going to happen again.
What does that even mean? That
means you give birth,
disturbing.
And then you're on into the field of battle.
Oh, I see.
You know, it's kind of like when you get turned into a zombie. You ever watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
When you get turned into a zombie by a White Walker.
There's not zombies in Game of Thrones, is there? I thought it was all like swords and shields and dragons. There's zombies in it? Is there? It's like set back in medieval times. Zombies are more sort of 21st century, aren't they? They are.
Let's move on.
There weren't no zombies in Lord of the Rings. I mean, there's orcs. You mean orcs, Kevin? All right, the orcs in Game of Thrones. Is that what you mean?
There's definitely dead things in Lord of the Rings. Are you kidding me?
Oh, actually, I
Dead-like
guess when they
things,
go
at
into like the mines. Yeah, but they're more like ghosts and skeletons, really.
There's
They're not,
definitely ghosts.
They're not like brain. They don't eat brains.
Yeah, of course.
No. The zombies in Game of Thrones don't eat brains.
They kind of do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do you know there's even zombies? Maybe I'm just messing with you.
I was going to say I don't need zombies.
You know?
And they're definitely not called zombies in Game of Thrones. But I've heard about giants and trolls and dragons, but I haven't heard about any sort of quest to kill the zombies in Game of Thrones. It just sounds like
there's nothing relating to that storyline in Game of Thrones. You're right. You got me. Nothing about killing zombies. It's only the point of the whole fucking series. Anyways.
Wait, what? The whole... Are you confusing Game of Thrones with The Walking Dead?
Oh, yeah, totally. You got me.
So Neko is dead. Mickey is surrounded. He's...
Oh, Magical's taking a lot of damage.
Mickey's out, and with the hand of God, he's back up to full. Crystallize his rage is about to wear off. He's going to try for the TPL. He's out.
Oh. He made it.
Okay, so the sound you'd imagine being made by the PL army, you know, it's a lot of... It's a lot of mouse to make noises.
They just start screeching right
bet
before
they
they
do.
get out. Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't that be good if the PL did that? You know how heroes have the voice lines? You know, depending on how many illusions you have, that's how many times the voice lines played at the same time. Just a way to break the game.
I thought you were going to say, like, that's how you tell which one's real, is that the illusions can't talk, so they just, like, you just have to ask them a question, like, how's the weather, and they don't know how to answer. Dude, this bat is so ready to steal this agent. Can he do it? Flame break? Oh, he's still trying?
No, he didn't do it.
That would have been so sick.
That would have been
Did they
sick.
see? It kind of seemed like it, right? Because they all stopped
They
and
must
they
have known
spread
there was
out.
they probably saw a bit the Firefly, right?
They probably saw a little bit of the Firefly because it looked like a next level. But I didn't know if it was like this next level thing where you could stand on the cliff and not get spotted. It was close. That would have been really sick.
I mean, he had to go for it. I mean, it's a support bat, so it's like whatever. Chew doesn't mind dying. If he gets that play, it's a big play. If he doesn't, it's whatever. He'll do it next time. Radiant's now done for the Lifestealer.
It's still pretty fast.
And it's still pretty close. I mean, Zero Alliance got Roshan and an Aegis, but it's just a 1k difference in this game. I mean, it's similar to Game 1, as you were saying earlier. It's a close matchup between these two teams. Let's see. They're trying for Quaver. Quaver's got the ward down. He's going to turn, blast out, sucks down to Sneko, but it's not enough. Sneko's still alive, and now with Jumping Tiger, he's in trouble as well as NaVi. They'll kill off both.
I was so confused. I was like, what is happening? Why did Enchant... I was like, why is Enchant not moving? Why did Enchant get stunned? I just thought Enchant and Spirit were on the same team because it looked like everybody was ganking.
Oh, because they were moving in together, weren't they? Yeah. So it was sort of like a gentleman's agreement between Sneko and Tiger. We both need to get to this fight.
Until
Let's not do anything.
Tiger ruined it basically because he was trying to help out the Pugna by stunning the Lifestealer, but I think who knows, man.
Yeah.
It went bad for Alliance. That's all you need to know. Everyone's dead.
I mean, is there any sort of sick things that you can dispel off with the Enchantress this game? I mean, I guess you can take Decrepify can't really be used defensively, can it?
I mean, it can be, yes. You can't dispel. Nasal Goo. I'm sorry. You can't do it on allies.
No, you can't.
It would have to be offensive.
Maybe that's the next buff.
I think you might be able to dispel the second Chen ability.
Yeah, you should be able to, right? The Divine Favor.
Yeah, Divine Favor you can probably dispel.
And that can be pretty significant, especially when it's on someone like Boxy. It's a lot of health regen.
It is. It's also a lot of damage. It's both.
Yeah.
You know. Looking like a possible kill here. Okay.
Yeah, Seneco's not got.
And Sania just found the hero, and he just brought a friend.
See what more they can get it. Boxy. He's looking for Blizzy. Blizzy's got the Phantasm. Blizzy does have backup and Magical. Boxy. Joe actually blinked in past him as we're going to see him look towards Boxy, get himself on top. Boxy, it's getting Decrep. They're keeping him alive here. Boxy getting a lot of Quill Spray stacked up, and that's going to be Magical. Will die.
Got the courier too.
See if Boxy can find anything more. Turns his back to the stun thrown out by the CK, but Alliance do get over. I mean, Boxy, he's very hard to deal with. Once he gets that Lotus Orb, it's pretty much all single target control.
No.
If he pops the Lotus Orb and walks in, NaVi can't do anything to hold him down.
Good things coming from the Lotus Orb here. Tiger just staying a little bit too long. possibly gonna die here. Yeah, very likely. Ends up getting caught again. Because basically he turned his back at the exact moment that NaVi turned to fight him.
Yeah.
And if that's telling you good things about his ability to predict his opponents, he's gonna get good value out of this Lotus Orb.
Oh.
What's up?
Midas Blink Seeker.
Oh, okay. Why are you so excited? I thought you were just like, oh, there are zombies in Gambit.
Well, how would I just realize that? No, when have we seen a blink on a Seeker as a second eye mark on Midas? That's a...
Literally earlier today. I don't know.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
No, Midas into blink?
I'm sure that like Ghost Stick goes this exact same build.
Did he win his game?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
Probably not.
Yeah.
He's a good player. I like him a lot, but...
No, yeah, Ghost Stick's a nice guy. Magical. Have they got detection for him?
Little Dragon Knight's been doing his running away from battle invis all game.
And dude, Mickey's just going in on this
Yeah.
PL. He's feeling strong with the army. Mickey's falling pretty low. He's got the Aegis ready for round 2. Seneko getting sucked off by Poifa. That's going to be a dead Enchantress. So there's going to be a buyback straight away from Seneko. They do kill off Tiger. Now Alliance starting to back off without their Earth Spirit. Tiger quite a formidable force in the fights, and they don't want to push the issue without it. Boxy after the Lotus Orb completion is going to be queuing up a Radiance himself.
Okay. Counteract the Radiance advantage, mischance, stop Blink Daggers. It sounds like a good idea. It'll work out.
Oh.
I think grabbing attack speed on Bristle is really value right now. The I don't know if pro players grab it very much, but the like Quill Spray damage stack, the, like level 25 talent, it like doubles the damage increase that your ulti gives. It's crazy. It's kind of like getting 3.
Wait, what are the 2 talents? 25.
One of them is the I think it's spell lifesteal. I think at 25, and the 21 is like Quill stack damage. And so it's either like at 25, it's either the spell lifesteal
one of them's
or
max nasal boost. Increase the max nasal boost stack. Is that 15?
Yeah, that's the 15.
Oh, okay.
It's the 25 is lifesteal or like plus 30 damage from Warpath stack. So every time you cast a spell, you get an extra 30 damage.
Is it much lifesteal? It's like 20-something%. Or
It's like 15, I think. 20.
I think you're right. I think it might be lower lifesteal one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that build is good if people hit your back, but if they don't hit your back...
Is that a courier?
Wait, yeah, they got to...
But look how high it is.
They got to travel.
Look how high is courier.
Is it dead? Oh, is that the one that Tiny or that Bristle killed? I think it is. That looks about where
Did they just kill a courier?
Yeah, he killed the courier
So
about there.
That is a courier in the process of ascending to heaven.
I think so.
Wow. Beautiful. It doesn't look very dead, really, does it?
No.
I mean, you think it... I mean, it's got wings. Does it not realize, oh, hang on, why am I going up? I'll just fly back to Earth.
Maybe it has like a death placement where after it dies, it has to sit on the map, so it just goes so high because nobody would ever find it. But here at WePlay, we find dead things.
We found him.
Other than zombies in Game of Thrones. We don't find those. Not here.
Well, did they find the zombies at the end? Oh, the zombies, those things called White Walkers. Is that what you mean? No,
literally the first scene in Game of Thrones, I'm pretty sure we see dead zombie-like people.
Yeah, but they're not like zombies, are they?
What do you classify as a zombie?
You know, like sort of without the nose and just with like the...
What's the primary characteristic of a zombie?
The way it walks.
How about the fact that it's dead?
Yeah, but no, that's the point. They're not dead. They're undead, aren't they? It's like undying. Undying is...
Okay, but they died first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did they die and come back to life, or they just never died? I think it depends, really. I mean, which are they in Game of Thrones? Did they die?
Oh yeah.
They're not they're not like orcs, isn't it? In Lord of the Rings, they like made them out of that lava, didn't they? Remember that scene where like the orc comes out of the lava?
That's just dirty working conditions. That doesn't mean that they're made out of lava.
No, they make the orcs though. They were like
I'm just saying it's just really dirty there. They're just not very. They just don't follow best practice. They don't have regulations in the orc army. Saruman isn't like, yeah, you know what? I care about workers' rights. He's just like, well, I don't care how much dirt gets in their eyeballs. They'll clean it out later. I don't know.
Well, they probably don't complain, do they, orcs?
Probably not.
Zombies.
They don't speak English, you know.
No, they don't.
Speak orc grunt or orc.
What's the language called in Lord of the Rings?
They speak the language of Mordor or something.
The language of Mordor.
Or they speak orc.
Oh, Mickey. Nearly, well, he's got the Reaver on his way to his heart. This is going to be a beefy PL, as we have seen already how they struggle to deal with him in the fights. So he's getting away with staying alive for a long, long time. 6-0-4, yeah. He's literally not died this game.
Which player?
Mickey, the PL. They haven't killed him at all.
Except for that one time.
Oh, he's 6-0-4.
So if he uses Aegis, does that make him a zombie?
Yes. That's actually a very good point. I mean, it's got
he has died.
to sort of do something to your body, haven't you? If you die and then get reincarnated, you're not gonna look as fresh faced as you did before you passed. So
I think you're right.
I'd imagine Mickey's sort of physical appearance has deteriorated a little bit since that age issues.
Yep.
It's magical. He's on the hunt. He's going to look to open up onto Tiger. There's a lot of backup here from Alliance on the high ground. Decrepify keeping Tiger safe for now from the physical. Chu's going to get the jump in onto Insania. Drags him in. Mickey's coming in with the wraparound, trying to get on top of Seneko. Seneko has got the heal, but it's not enough. Seneko will fall. Insania being looked towards by Crystallize. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Chu trying for the TP out. Mickey's on top of him. Will kill him before he's able to TP back to base. Now Crystallize has to get himself deep inside of a creep. Will jump his way back up. Magical's also there, though. Has the opening Dragon Tail stun onto Mickey. The follow-up from Blizzy. Jumps in with the Blink Dagger. They've got the kill on PL. Mickey's out and down, and now Boxy surrounded as the chase continues. NaVi, they won't just find 3, they'll get 4. Boxy's out. Great fight from NaVi. They're magical, getting in and out with that Shadow Blade usage. That big catch there on the PL to end the fight and really secure the jump forward there for NaVi and Golden XP.
It was a crazy fight. It just seemed hard for Alliance to win that one. They lost their Chen right away. Their PL eventually was just getting chased down by everybody. Like their initiation was like kill Enchantress. It only does so much. And Dragon Knight's getting more and more farm tier. Magical.
He's getting close to the Silver Edge.
He had a slightly rough laning stage, but his itemization here is just gonna make his DPS really solid.
Oh, jumping behind the tower. You try and start something, Alliance will keep themselves away. The ward alive a little longer. Not going to do anything about stopping this tier 2 push with both the PL and Bristleback being dead at the moment. Crystallize just trying to rack up the armor. Sheever's guard, of course, also going to help nicely against the PL's army. Help identify the real one and help keep himself alive against the illusion spam.
I just wonder how different this game would have been if Pugna didn't get teleported into his doom earlier when he was like 2-0-2 with a fast dagger.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it slowed things down a little bit for Alliance that play, because Koifer was crushing it beforehand.
Yeah, and that's usually a hero that you want to snowball on. But now I'm looking at all of NaVi's items, and they just are just getting more and more farmed on these really tanky heroes that Pugna doesn't really counter if he keeps buying Dagon upgrades. Like in some ways, it's better to buy Dagon continuously because it does give you more burst, and then if your burst is high enough, then it doesn't matter what their it matters what their survivability is, but killing people before they can react is a huge benefit in Dota. So, but they're all gaining so much health, it just seems hard.
There we have it. And they go into Chu, ready to smoke, ready to move. Heart has been picked up by Mickey. The PL is going to be stepped up in strength for the next fight. See what sort of jump Chu can find. He's hunting. Bristle's TPing, and not really the one they want to go for. They'd ideally go for Quake from the back, but there's a smoke as well from Alliance. Will be dispelled. Alliance know there's trouble afoot. Jump forward from Mickey, instant blink out from Chu. Magical, though, still started to walk in. Did get under sentry range. Another Magical was around there on the front. Obviously popping the Lotus onto himself. Magical still keeping himself under the cover of the Shadow Blade. Will now wear off. NaVi conceding that they can't take that fight anymore with Alliance, having the knowledge that they're in the neighborhood.
Dragonette's a zombie. Look at him.
I mean, yeah, that looks more like a zombie. But that's like a zombie king. Like that's a very elegant zombie. That is not like sort of a worn down, deteriorated zombie.
That's true.
It's a zombie with class. 3k lead still for NaVi. It's really just a question of, is this sort of 2019 Radiance Lifestealer build going to be what can out carry a lot the PL? Tiger will be left behind by the rest of his team. Alliance won't want to try and take this fight now with one down, and Blizzy, he may force them as he's charging in on the Chaos Knight. Foxy's there on the front lines to try and deter NaVi from chasing, but NaVi still want to go. The Lotus Orb out in time, so Blizzy ends up bouncing this stun back to himself. They'll try and burst him down with the Dagon, but Blizzy's still able to get the Phantasm off. Mickey jumps to the side with the Doppelganger to decrepify as well from Quoth, allowing him to run away. They're trying to kill the Bristleback now instead, but Boxy, he's so tanky with this Lotus and Crimson, they can't really attempt for this. They need to try and get around him and find the other members if they want to get any kills. Boxy is not the target for the most part, at least until that Silver Edge is there on Magical.
They really want NaVi to initiate on the Bristleback, but Alliance's positioning has been pretty good. They lost their Observer Ward on the high ground as well. It was clear there was one there since PL was able to charge away. So just good vision advantage for NaVi, but it feels like they're moving around these team fights better to me. I don't know if it feels like that to you, but they're at least pressuring, and they're putting Alliance on the back foot consistently, is what it feels like.
I mean, they're not making mistakes there. As you say, Alliance, they want them to go on the Bristleback. NaVi weren't biting. They weren't falling for that that sort of trap. There's Alliance making the smoke movement straight towards the bottom. The Lifestealer is out on his own. Not the easiest of kills. Maybe if they get the jump, they'd have a chance, but already Lifestealer's backing off. Manta Radiant Solution is used to push out the wave safely.
Hypothetically, they could have ran straight down and maybe caught him, but they didn't necessarily know he'd run there. I guess they thought he would run in the jungle, but those may be the two obvious. They're going to catch one, though.
Yeah, they get Sneko quick with
dead.
a burst. Sneko straight out of the fight, but in return, Magical moves in with the BKB. Blizzy as well on top of Quite jump forward from Chu. Quite's gone. They've got themselves the Pugna kill. Can they get more? BKB now popped by Magical. Mickey's moves straight to the backlines, gets on top of Chu with the PL army. That's 2 dead on NaVi, now leading in onto Blizzy. Blizzy silenced up. The power of the PL proving to be far too much for NaVi's squishier heroes to hold back. There's 3 dead on NaVi. Mickey once again showing up in top form. It's PL, and there's 2,700 gold into an MKB. Once that's there, he is going to hurt.
Yep.
As if NaVi don't get the jump, there's just more than enough space and time for Mickey to just overrun the fight. They can't deal with this PL once NaVi have already initiated onto someone else.
Radiance is definitely going to help a lot once they finish it, but ultimately they just want to keep their tanky heroes in the front, the PL and the Bristle. They want to keep the enemy team far away, and they want to make sure they don't get chain stunned.
Oh, the Lifestealer is heading in.
I have
He's
no
going to
idea
try
where
and
it is.
contest it.
Does I have HP? It's actually not a huge threat.
No, they went a little early to check it out. Mickey is going to kick back towards Magical, starting to drain his mana with the Diffusal Blade. Chu jumps in. He's got the control on Tiger. Makes sure the Earth Spirit can't get out a single spell for now. Impetus is flying in. Tiger tries to roll away. Will be able to make it out safely. Nobody falls.
And Dagon's actually working out really good right now. Like, Magical has limited times when he wants to BKB in. If he gets Dagon down to like 30% health, he feels like he has to use his Black King bar, because if he gets chain disabled,
he has to react.
I mean, there's not that many chain disables, but if he gets that low, he can't get disabled. So it's like, despite them not really having that many things that BKB is needed against, just a Dagon alone is making things a bit iffy for Navi's course. But on the bright side for Navi, the Dragon Knight already has at least a Maelstrom, and he's got level 3 ultimate now, so he's doing Cleave, he's doing Slow, and he's going to have extra magic burst on top of that. I wonder if it would have been better for him to just go raw damage instead, maybe, over some magic damage. I'm not sure, though. But they might run into damage problems, genuinely.
What, for Navi?
Yeah, between, like, I guess Mjolnir, Dragon Knight's not weird, but I guess that's probably fine.
No, I mean, it's just the problem that Mickey just deals so much more damage out and so much faster as this PL. He's got eyes on Sneko. Sneko will try and call upon the attendance of nature, and that will actually keep him safe. Magical is going to lead in, tries to get the stun off, and he does find it. Hand of God comes through. Do they have the damage to get him for the stuns? They don't. He's going to get a chance to Doppelganger. Phantom Rush used to get across the neutrals, create the distance. Divine Favor's going to start healing him up, but Blizzy's able to drag him back once more. Sheever's Guard for Crystallize will slow him down again, using the Phantom Rush towards the neutrals to get Mickey out to safety. Now they can look and think about trying to go back in Alliance if they want to, as the mana has been drained on many of Navi's cores. They'll play it safe. Mickey waits for the item pickup, has now got that MKB. He's Boxy. He's leading in, continuing to toy and push around with Navi.
The big boy.
And he's very close to having that relic.
Well, I wonder what talent he won at 20. I went the left one.
What's the options at 20?
I think that's the quill stack one.
I think the other one's bad, isn't it?
The other one's health regen, so no.
Oh.
But
you want the quill stacks, right?
Most players go quills with regen, and if he's going Radiance, it's the right build anyways. Because if he's going to get spell amp or spell lifesteal, and he's got Radiance, you got to go that build.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the like S&Y treads sometimes, because you can actually out carry.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a weird game for it against lifesteal. He would need like MKB at some stage. It's probably better to just do the build he's doing. Just be like the upfront, mess with you kind of hero. That'll give a lot of space to like Pugna in the back to abuse. It'll be good.
Do you think it was interesting as well, the Magical Dragon Knight, rather than finishing the Silver Edge, he opted to complete the Mjolnir first? I mean,
it's better, yeah.
Is that fine? Like, you're going to get the Silver Edge eventually, there's no sort of rush to get it, so you could have killed the Bristleback maybe earlier?
Yeah, it's just really hard to kill Bristle, even with Silver Edge. And Silver Edge is really expensive. You're spending 3,000 gold for some marginal benefit.
Yeah, trying here. Very, very tough. They do have...
I mean, if they had it here, he'd probably be dead, but...
Oh, maybe even with the ult, they can still find him. They'll try and drag him back, but another stun. Magical's dying, though. Magical's sort of He's tunnel visioning onto Boxy, and Mickey's on top of Magical. The BKB is not going to save him by the looks of it. It does have the invis. Do they have any detection on these two? They do not. As Magical gets himself away from the final quill spray to pop out. Alliance, they're brought back on 2. Mickey does find Seneko. They did have to buy back, well, they didn't have to, but they decided to buy back on both Quakefer and Insania to keep this fight going. In the river, the fight's still continuing as Tiger has been found by Blizzy and Crystallize. Quakefer's there to offer some backup. The ward's going to be dropped down. Crystallize is going to separate himself from Blizzy. As Blizzy will drop, Crystallize, can he get out? He's not got a TP for 25 seconds, so he's got to run. Tiger, scared about committing further, will allow him to back up. Boxy, he's still in to play around with him.
Just keeps running.
I mean, they're sort of scared of it. I mean, he doesn't have a TP. He will in 10 seconds, I guess. So he'll just simply hide himself. Crystallize, TP out once the TP's back up. Or maybe, no, maybe doesn't even need to. Maybe he can just walk back. As Alliance didn't seem to show any intention of trying to chase the Lifestealer any further.
That's not worth it. It's way too dangerous. They need all the heroes there. And between Manta and Rage, even like Pugna getting a kill on him is going to be really hard because he has 2 ways to get rid of your decrep. So it's just not worth messing around. Radiance is up for Boxy though, and Octarine is the next grab, so he's just gonna get. He's gonna do a crap load of AoE damage, that's for sure.
Alliance now into the base of NaVi, tier 2 gone. They're onto the tier 3.
These numbers are pret's good for Alliance, I think.
Yeah,
they did lose that fight a little bit.
The net was still pretty even, but Alliance, they are pressuring the base of NaVi. So if you're interested, check out the links below the stream to find out more information.
Yeah, considering they're up 1 game right now, that's really good odds. Code is Valentine, guys. If you want to join. Constantly reflecting everything. Oh, blast on the backline. This is an opening.
They caught Tiger. They've got to look to try and eliminate him quickly. The Decrep does come out to try and save him. They'll force him back out as well. And with the hand of God, Tiger's still alive. He'll try and roll off, but he's been blocked off. He's still alive. He's been kept alive by the life train. Tiger won't actually die. As Mickey inside the base, he's trying to dive down heroes. He's running towards Snako. They did kill Chu. Chu buys back. Mickey with the doppelganger trying to get back, but the wraparounds there from Magical. They're on top of Mickey. Mickey pops the Mantis tail. Mickey's falling low. Now Mickey, he'll die the first time. The age is now gone. Boxy's inside of the base. He'll pop the cheese. He's back up to full, but NaVi, they're doing significant damage now. Boxy has to be pretty careful. Mickey now with his second life, ready to push them back. Blizzy will have to head back and refuel, reset, get the mana back up. They're keeping Alliance off the racks, and that was Alliance pushing and consuming both Aegis and Cheese.
Okay. I mean, they did get the tower, though, right?
Yes, they got the tier 3.
I was going to say. At least they got the tier 3 so they can take shrines. It's not terrible for them. And considering that they don't have, like, the most traditional, like, tower pushing lineup, their lineup is literally just get the tanky guys in front, cause distractions and cause issues for the enemy heroes, and then eventually get a kill. So they're not going to become this like traditional tower pusher thing. So even if they get a little advantage like that, they're going to be pleased. Silver Edge is up now. This is one of the problems actually with the build that Bristol is going for, is that you do make yourself more vulnerable to your back being broken, because that's basically how it functions, right? Like you're dealing magic damage just by standing near enemies. You're dealing tons more magic and physical damage by taking back damage. So if they just break your passive, you're not quilling as often, you're not lifestealing as often. So it actually like hurts your survivability a little bit if you do go Octarine.
Double value.
But against, it's not often we see this against pro players, to be honest. That's more of a pub build usually that we see the Octarine. Yeah, the Octarine Radiance. Certainly more common. So curious to see how NaVi plays around it, considering they do have silver edges. But I imagine that he's going to be killable for sure.
I mean, he may still change with the item choice. We'll see. We'll see.
No, he'll definitely finish. He'll definitely finish Octarine. It's still worth it.
Because couldn't there be the temptation for him to get something like a Basher and an Abyssal to help control the lifestealer?
If anything, he wants attack speed. Because right now his Basher wouldn't be that great.
Sure, it's not going to proc a lot. Yeah.
I could see him building something like Heart or Sanjay perhaps. But I mean, maybe he'll go Abyssal. You go AC as well would be a good option, actually.
This wrap around here for NaVi. Chu, he's on the front. They spot out Mickey. Mickey's going to doppel. They're going to jump straight away towards the backlines. They've found Tiger. Tiger being kept alive by the Decrep fight and the Hand of God. Is it going to be enough? Surely not. He's rolling away, trying to get out of there. The impetus flying in, though, will be enough damage to kill off Tiger. Also, Insania falls to Blizzy as NaVi take down the 2 supports. Let's see what more they can make happen with this bit of action. Pop the dragon form for it. They can try and push up to the high ground here. It's still a a good minute without a Chen, so none of those buffs being ready to be handed out to the lineup of Alliance, and 30 seconds without Tiger, who has been a pretty monumental part of Alliance's team fight.
I think he went the extended stun duration from Dragon Tail.
How much is it? The 1.75 extra? With
Yeah,
Dragon
it
Tail?
turns it into a 5-second stun, I believe. He's definitely been reflecting it a few times back towards himself, but it's making it easier to kill the Earth Spirit. That's something they didn't have before. Like, they were chain stunning him and he would still be able to get out, but not this last time.
Oh, we have a hit. Magical. Being annoyed by the old Phantom Lancer illusions. No mana on the DK now.
No Octarine still on Bristle, but kind of getting what they came for. A couple kills, mostly supports, or all supports that is, but it gives them a little bit.
What we got for DK or Magical going AC into MKB, so starting to step up the damage.
I like this. This guy's item builds are so good every game. It's actually, they're just impeccable. They're like slightly creative and just always exactly what his team needs.
Yeah, no, he's been having some really nice games on the mid Magical recently. As NaVi, they did need this. They needed this mid player to shine, and Magical's really started to do so. One of the reasons why NaVi has really stepped up as a team recently, made it to the major. Now in this series, a very close one between NaVi and Alliance. Game 2 absolutely could still go either way. Look to be Alliance in sort of control for the most of it, but we're seeing in these late game fights, NaVi with the execution are able to still outplay Alliance some of the times. As long as Chu can get that jump onto heroes like Tiger, you know, just taking the Earth Spirit out of the fight straight away makes things a whole lot easier for NaVi.
Yeah, they target him every single time.
Yeah.
If he's fast enough though and he gets a Lotus Orb on his hero, I mean literally every single team fight they've been going on him.
Yeah.
So if he sees some action coming, a Firefly, they're going to be targeting either him or Pugna. Yep, there it is. Spell Lifesteal.
Oh, you bang on.
Full stack damage. Yep. So Blizzy aiming for a Heart next. His health right now is not the best. It's definitely more of a initiator, stunner kind of hero. Crystallize prepping his MKB. Just lots of magic damage from him, actually. It's like a hard carry that only does magic damage, despite being a strength hero. Man could use some Spell Amp, maybe.
I could. Where's the Veil, boys? Where's the E-Blade?
Where's the Kaya? Kaya Lifestealer?
Kaya Lifesteal.
It's not good.
Coming to a pub near you. Is there any strength hero that Kaya's gonna?
Hypothetically, it would be good on Bristle. There's a reason that reason nobody builds Sanj Kaya. Because
well, yeah, would Sanj Kaya not be arguably better than Sanj and Yasha? Was these sort of the
movement speed is so broken, dude.
Yeah.
Especially on Bristle, because you get more movement speed with your every spell you cast.
So
if
you
your
get the
base is
percentage of
faster,
the, yeah.
So that like 35 that you get from Yasha is just too much to pass up on. And you're a strength hero, so why would you not get strength? You know, there's maybe some cases, but not many heroes.
Ooh.
We're still getting initiated on here.
Well, they tried to. They are going to be able to hit
Did
for
they
the front. It's decrepified. They'll go for the lasso onto him. At the same time, look towards Mickey at the back. Mickey's going to turn, though. They found Koifa. That's Koifa dead. Koifa's got no buyback. He's out of the game for 100 seconds. Mickey, with the army building up, he has to be a little careful. If Blizzy and Crystallize get their hands on the right target, he could be in trouble. Blizzy's trying to rift back. They've lost Chu on the Bat Rider. Blizzy with his BKB. He does manage to turn, get a good heal off with the crit. Boxy just surrounded by Magical Crystallize and Blizzy. That's Boxy dead. That's 2 dead on the Alliance without buyback. They get the grab onto Mickey. Mickey's trying to run away. He's got to survive here, and he can't. It looks like they're going to find him as he's trying his best to jump away, but NaVi at this point are too beefy to beat through. As that's going to be a dead PL. Mickey buys back, but he's now going to have to try and hold against a push where there's no Boxy or Koifa to stand by his side. Koifa, he did have buyback, but he didn't save the money for it. He's short on the gold.
Damn.
And the same for Boxy, just 30 gold short. They'll lose 1 racks. We'll see if NaVi push for more. It looks like they won't try their luck and go for a 2nd rack. They are still respecting Mickey's PL. Mickey does drain the mana, makes it hard for Crystallize and Magical to really turn and fight the best they can sort of run and hope. Crystallize.
Oh, they got him?
Down incredibly low. Mickey with the PS found him. Crystallize dead. Tiger rolls himself away. Will survive for now until Blizzy jumps in. Final crit to cut down the Earth Spirit, but it is Mickey finding the big kills, the buyback from this PL, securing the kill on not just the Lifestealer, but the DK too.
That was a lot of gold. You just got 1128 from the magical kill.
Probably pays for the buyback.
Yes, definitely one of those good moments for
And
justifying it.
Straight to Roche as well. It's I mean, Mickey is he's pulling out the big guns this game.
See him to break Lincolns. Now you can use Penitence and attack stupid fast. This is going to be like a reasonably timed Roshan, considering it's a PL.
Or choose back up in a second. If he TPs to the shrine, he could go for a contest, but we'll never find it. Probably won't go for it.
Any moment. Here comes the Echo.
We just see a bat coming up. This looks like it should be a free and easy Roche.
Let's limit what we can see.
For Alliance.
Okay, they got it.
And it is. Koifer will look to grab the cheese. Who's got the refresher shot? Who do you give the refresher shot to? Koifer double dagger?
Dead even.
Oh.
You know, I would have agreed with these numbers when NaVi was going high ground mid. I was like, oh, this game looks over, dude.
Yeah, but now at this
all of a sudden it's different. Like, the power of mana drain, it is so good against heroes like Lifestealer.
That's disgusting. It just makes it impossible for them to stick around. Like, how do you deal with it? I mean, you don't really, do you? You're gonna lose your mana.
Yeah, basically you're gonna lose your mana. Yeah.
Another fire picked up on Mickey as well.
Okay, so he's transitioning a little bit to more of a ganker kind of. I like the blink idea on Pung. That's gonna give him the ability to dodge. Like if CK blinks forward, blink away.
Yeah, it can be nice with the Decrep too. It's that easier to get a blink off if you do get yourself swarmed.
Because his Aeon Disc is good. I don't remember exactly how it functions right now. I think it gives status resistance when it procs.
Aeon Disc?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does now, didn't they, with the changes?
Does it even give a strong Dispel anymore?
I think it does, right? Yeah, when it's set off.
It probably does.
I'm pretty sure it still gives you a strong Dispel.
But it also gives you status resistance. That follow-up disables don't last as long. Unless it gets dispelled itself, of course. Well, they're going high ground.
They are. They're ready to knock on the doors on NaVi. NaVi do have buybacks on pretty much everyone. Only the Lifestealer a little short, but he'll have it very soon. So.
But they basically have to pressure and force their opponents to go on Bristle, because that's one of the issues with this build on Bristle is that if you can ignore him, he's not as strong as if he would have bought damage items, because his right click isn't going to be as extreme. It's still going to be high, but not quite the same. And if they can go high ground, it's going to force their opponents to react to them.
I mean, they're going to really want to. Mickey's got double damage room for a good bit of time. So if we can make the most of that, I'll allow them to take the racks pretty damn quickly. Mickey does a lot of damage on Chu. He's actually going to initiate onto Box straight away. They drag him back. He's going to be decrepified by Koifer in the attempt to keep him alive, but it's too much damage. They rip through this. That was a Bristleback. He just disappeared.
Yep.
He's out of the fight. He's not going to want to buy back because there's no real way he's going to buy back, but it's going to take him a long time to get over here unless he has some sort of bots or... Oh, okay, he's got a Chen. My bad. Chen's going to be able to bring him over. As Tiger will fall, though, it's going to be too late, maybe. Boxy's in, but they've got no Tiger Earth Spirit. They're already a man down. Mickey getting surrounded. Dying. They've got the stuns. He's going to be able to sneak out of there with the Invis. As he'll be Glimmercape, able to get back to safety. Boxy surrounded, is looking to be a dieback potential on this Bristle if Alliance can't keep Boxy alive. Divine Favor will not be enough regeneration to keep Boxy going. As Boxy dies back on the Bristle, Mickey surrounded. NaVi, they should be able to find the PL. If they jump forward, Blizzy, and they can. Blizzy's in on top of him. One more doppelganger. Mickey's still trying his best to run back to safety. Another doppel. He's continuing to stay alive, but finally goes down. That's both Bristleback and PL out without buyback. Tiger has, but without these two cores, Alliance now in a disastrous position. Magical knows he buys back straight away. It's time for NaVi to try and get the GG push on.
They're making it work, man. They just have enough damage that they can kill either Bristle or the PL. They just aren't survivable enough by themselves, and they can't protect each other very well because they're both kind of straightforward. They're like, we have to threaten with our right clicks, and that's not enough. You don't have disable, you don't have AoE. It's definitely one of the things that's wrong with Alliance's lineup.
And at this point, I mean, there's no way Alliance can hold without these two. I mean, it's Insania as well gets dragged back by the lasso. Insania's gone. NaVi, they've done it. GG is called. NaVi will take game 2, pushing NaVi and Alliance to the game 3. This series as close as we hope. And it's been a while since it's been like this. You know, NaVi in the past have not quite been there whilst Alliance have, and Alliance in the past haven't been quite there whilst NaVi have. And now